Welcome to Hero C Sucks, the weekly podcast where we review and critique the best and the worst fan-created original characters from My Little Pony Fandom. This show is unscripted and unfiltered, so moderate language will be used. As well, the show can be a little heavy on the critique times. That being said, if you're easily offended, do not watch. If not, feel free to join us for this week's show. This is episode 88 for November 27th, 2015. This week, we're continuing on with the Power of Two. It's going to be Mama Wants Pie or Pie-fied... Pie 5,
Mama
Pie,
Pie 5,
something another like that.
Thunder Pie, Thunder Thighs.
Oh God, no! My name, if you couldn't tell by that staggering intro, is Mama Pie Thunderbirds. This week, my co-host is.
I was trying to think of some like horse famous person that I could name drop that everybody would be like, oh my God, but I couldn't, so the joke is ruined.
Oh.
I'm Soren Wants Pie, and I am the maker of bad jokes.
Soren drops the joke, wants pie.
No, my favorite one is boom, 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 boom. That's my favorite, like, you suck noise.
Well, speaking of things that don't suck, let's talk about fan art. So, we're starting off this week with, in our fan folder thing, with See Him As He Sparkles, the latest in, I believe, a set. Were there other pictures already made by this? By Sunny? Or is this the first one by Sunny? I can't remember.
I don't even know. Fan art comes and goes. It ebbs and flows as a wave, and I just watch it. And it's like, so much art. It's ridiculous that even art, you know?
So anyway, yeah, Sunny put out a couple of pictures for me and Smooth, a more traditional art hand-drawn thing for the two of us, and they both look quite lovely. They are
and
adorable.
It's Last Pegasus stuff, or whatever it's called.
Last Unicorn?
Yeah, there you go, Last Unicorn. The Pegasus,
Let's see, you had a lovely cross-dressing thing with Commander.
I did. It's great.
It's quite lovely.
It is quite lovely. I mean, it truly accentuates how I look in real life. Not really, because this is beautiful. And it's wonderful. That's all I have to say about it, because flustered, embarrassed, so moving on.
Okay, we got Reality Bitch by Happy Homestucker. So OC defending us, and I'm just like, oh.
Mary Sue ass.
Yeah. I'll Mary Sue your ass if you say some shit about me. Oh! As Lect Magic and Ivy Leaf Tea both made a Smooth and Amaya pick.
Yeah.
For Nubble Bubble 123. They're quite lovely. Apparently, Smooth is also super kawaii as he flies through the sky with a rainbow.
Yep. And everybody is wowed by it. I mean, that's usually what happens when, like, just when he speaks.
And then finally, we have a couple of pictures by Silverboy. The first one is Silverboy's OC and Meddy sharing a boop. Sharing a little boop. A boop.
That's exciting. I like boops.
Boops. Boop, boop. Little hearts. And then also a lovely fan art piece of all of us as Undertale characters. And I'm just like, yeah, I can dig this.
I'm just like, I haven't played Undertale yet, but I'm a sexy robot with no explanation.
Well, you're a sexy male robot entertainer that has a drive to kill all humans.
Oh, excellent. And Smooth is apparently the thing that pisses Meddy off more than anything in the world.
Undyne?
Yep.
Why does he hate Undyne?
You should have heard him during the fight.
Oh, I need to watch that.
He's like, what the fuck is this?
Oh my God, I need to watch that so much now.
Oh God.
That's gonna be great.
It's hard because I don't want to laugh, but
hey, it is a frustrating fight.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet, so
it's pretty good. And then we got Silverboy's OC as Napslock. We got Kikyo Yaoi's Midnight Heart as Toriel. And then we got Commander being Alphys, a.k.a. the sciencey one. Meddy and I being Chara and Frisk. And then we got last Yaxina as the kid. That's about it for fan art this week. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about, but we still love everyone nonetheless. Moving on to the actual heart and soul of the episode. We got to take a look at the OCs that we brought to the party, and I'm desperately trying to look for anything that I can flip to figure out. Wait,
I have a coin.
I got it. Nope. I'm going to keep it nerdy.
Fine.
And I'm going to whip out the D20 and go odds or evens. So
I choose, or do you choose?
No, you choose. Go ahead.
I choose the odds.
Well, then I will choose evens.
No, you have to choose odds too.
It rolled a 1, so a critical failure. For those who care.
Well, I guess the episode's over.
Yep.
Goodbye, everybody. This is Kyle by Cadlawubs.
Cadlove
And
you loves.
loves 80s, 90s, 2000s cartoons, nerds, anime. So you can kind of see it's modeled off of this has to be a Pony Sona. It's modeled off of someone, you know.
Yeah.
But the only thing I have to say no to is wears snapbacks. I'm gonna have to tell you to get your snapback garbage out of my face. And anyway.
But to be clear though, that's a personal gripe.
Yeah, that's a personal. It's not a critique. I'm just being a bitch. I'm just being a picky bitch.
All right.
And so best friends are all like people names. So yes, I'm assuming Pony Sona here was raised by Nana and Papa instead of parents. Because the parents were too young to take care of him when he was younger. Very empathetic, which is nice. That's always a good quality to see. I like that. So he wants to be an animator and entertainer, and he wants to raise a family of his own after he finishes school. So he's got a goal. He's got aspirations. He's going places. He's got his briefcase. He's packed up a pair of socks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he can only choose to do one or the other of the things that he wants to do. And so if he wants to be an animator, he has to move away from his hometown where his partner lives, and the partner can't come with due to money issues. So he loves to entertain through arts, crafts, drama, and music. So obviously artistic, reliable and trustworthy, and sometimes has emotional outbursts. And just kind of in that transitioning phase, wants to act responsible and be adult, but still wants to have fun like a teenager.
Okay.
So, I mean, just kind of in that transition phase. I understand that everybody goes through that. But, yeah, honestly, just a lot of it's just standard stuff. Likes to be active, but still hangs out with friends and does gaming nights and all that other stuff. So it's somewhat obvious that this is a very Pony Sona for sure.
Yeah, it's modeled and based around a real life person.
But I don't know, it fits. This doesn't fall into that shitty generic Pony Sona. It works out a little better, and it's a little bit more interesting in my opinion.
It's not bad. I like it myself. The only thing that I wish they'd probably go into a little bit more in detail is the fact that their parents were too young to take care of, at the time, when they were younger. So they left them to their grandparents to take care of.
That could use a little bit more explanation, I see.
Yeah.
Like, did the parents ever come back when they felt like they were more responsible and could take care of the child, or anything else?
Nothing really about the story. It's a good story. I like it.
Yep. And so can we moving on to the aesthetics?
Aesthetics!
Aesthetics. Well, this pony's great. I'd definitely touch its butt.
That is definitely the number one trademark that Soren Wants Pie grades all of his OCs by. It's like, would I touch its butt?
But it's great. It's just blue and brown and Reese's Peanut Butter Cup mane, and then I like these accents on the ear and the hoof. I don't know why, because they're really strange and out there, but I like it.
Yeah.
Me personally. I mean, they are very like, what the hell is this? That's really strange. Who would ever do that? But it works,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And of course, Freckles. Gosh, you always hit the soft spot with Freckles.
Yeah.
And just this wink with like the star sparkling. Something about this. Obviously grabbed this one for the aesthetics. I saw it and I was like, need it. And the white muzzle. I do like different colored muzzle. That's one of my favorite things.
Nice.
And I mean, just the main style is it's simple, but it's not generic. So, and the colors just mesh very well. And of course, there's sort of this sort of going more towards powder blue, but it's a little darker. It's just a soft spot, it's weakness. But God, it's goddamn adorable, and I love it.
Nice.
This has probably been my favorite OC that I've seen in a very long time, honestly. It's really, really adorable.
I really appreciate the color. I like the accents, like you said. They are quite adorable and cute. And my one problem with this pony, and it's not so much a problem with the pony itself, it just looks a little awkward when they're when that neckline goes like into the middle of their back for some weird reason, and I'm like, weird. I mean, it's a minor gripe that really doesn't detract at all from the character itself. I just think it's a little...
like a strange design thing that some people do.
Yeah, it's a little weird on the execution side, but it still looks okay.
Damn adorable. Pony Sona done right, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
That little spot, like parents leaving because they were too young. And I mean, obviously, if that's a touchy subject or a soft spot, we'll kind of veer away from that. Because, I mean, it could very well be like a real life situation. I don't want to stomp on anybody's feelings, so... But other than that, the design is just, in my opinion, flawless. The colors are great. It's really soft on the eyes, just nice to look at, and it instills a feeling of joy into my heart because it's really cute and beautiful.
Yeah, that's super nice.
Oh, one thing we didn't talk about was no cutie mark. That is interesting, but maybe they just haven't found their talent yet, but it seems like they're somewhat old to have not found their talent yet.
Maybe they're just not old enough yet.
Yeah, then again, with the whole Pony Sona thing, maybe the person hasn't figured out what they're super good at yet. They know... I guess they kind of know what they want to do, but that could be a definite gray area for this specific character. So.
Well, they said that they want to be an animator, right?
Yeah, so maybe that's what they are good at, but maybe they also said entertainer, and they like to do drama and music as well. So I mean, there could be a whole plethora of things they're good at, and they just haven't figured out yet what they want to.
Yeah, it's always possible.
Do for the ass tattoo.
Yeah.
So, in closing. Very, very good, and I hope to actually see this character evolve, because it's great.
Cool beans. So, in the meantime, we're going to move on to my good OC, which my OC this week is Autumn Fall.
I get it.
Yes. That is the thing. Anyway, so, Autumn Fall, their favorite pony is her big brother, Gleaming Heart. She thinks is the coolest colt in the world, even though he really isn't. Obvious accessories are her scarf that her mom made, and she wears it everywhere. Her mom has some trouble getting it off of her to wash it. Her personality is that she is a happy, spunky pony who has a whole lot of energy. She gets real grumpy when she doesn't have her scarf. It's her lucky charm. I would almost say her safety blanket as well, so to speak. Her hobbies are hiding in piles of leaves and scaring people who walk by. She does dream to be able to participate in the running of the leaves someday. She's currently too young to participate. Obviously, she loves autumn, leaves, and chocolate, jumping in piles of leaves. And she hates winter, because there's no leaves, and taking off her scarf. So this is a super fall pony. Which oddly fits with what day it's supposed to be today, airing date today. Kind of day after Thanksgiving kind of thing.
It's very fall. It's much autumn, such fall, very season.
Yeah.
You know?
The only problem I do have with this character is the fact that she is very she's very, this is who she is, not this is the world she lives in. We can definitely make a lot of assumptions about, what a pony like this would be doing in Camelot, but this is very much, a character based around the character, not a character based around the world.
Yeah.
Which is okay. I mean, it leaves it open to be put in scenarios and stories and whatnot.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't know. Not backstory is not too obtrusive. There's not. It's just kind of one of those, OCs. It just is.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like it's just a thing. The getting attached to something that their mother made for them. That's a nice touch. It adds a little bit of personality to them. Like, oh, they're obviously very attached to their mother, and so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So just kind of a carefree, cute little thing.
So let's move on to the actual aesthetic of this pony. I really like it. It's got a very warm feeling for it. I mean, it does use the 3 primary warm colors. That's very red, orange, and yellow, while also mixing in that green for a nice quadratic coloring, I guess. I don't know if that's even close to the right word. But it's a thing that is there, and I appreciate it because reasons.
And extrapolate. What are those reasons?
Well, one of the things is the fact that it causes a cohesive theme amongst the whole thing. I feel that if somebody else was on this show, or one of the other 3 guys, they would probably say something along the lines of, "Yeah, but without that scarf, those green eyes would look very off and not right." And I'm like, but they never take off the scarf. They have very rare times that they're not wearing the scarf.
Yeah, maybe they're aware of that. They're like, don't take off the scarf, it'll make my eyes look weird.
Yeah, sure, okay.
But
that would be really weird.
But yeah. I like it.
I like it a lot too. What do you think of the aesthetics?
The mane and tail very much resemble like a cartoony pile of leaves.
Oh yeah, they totally do. I didn't realize that.
That's always nice.
Yeah.
Or they look like, like some kind of weird pasta.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me.
Oh, I totally get what you're saying. Like the rainbow spiral pasta stuff. As for accessories and whatnot, I think that this pony really does a great job at accessorizing without being too overbearing. Over the top thing with it. So it's like, all right.
Backstory and aesthetics not really obtrusive. Doesn't do anything crazy. Just kind of keeps it simple. Goes down to the basics. Just this is what it is. Here it is. Look at it. It's not hard to get along with this OC. It's pretty good looking.
Yeah, it's good looking. Good looking pony.
Now, is this little thing underneath the snout? Is this a mouth or is this a little goatee beard?
Oh, shut up! It's a mouth. You moose knuckle.
Imagining it as a beard though is really funny. So anyway,
continuing on. It's a really great OC. It's really cute design and character. I think that it's wonderfully done. Great aesthetic. Great, art that goes behind it as well. But it's super cool. So moving on to the bad OCs, we're really piling through this one. I think this is really great.
I think it's really great too.
Yeah, it's really good. So going back to Soren's OCs, we're going to take a look at what he brought on for bad OC, and tell us all about this one there, Soren.
No, it's not that bad. This is Bubble Frost by Sky Girl Lady 310. The cutie mark is a pink bubble and a blue bubble. So the personality is bubbly.
Shush.
No, they did it. Look in the description. They're just
Ugh.
like, ah. But yeah.
Hey.
Gullible, friendly, shy, playful, good-natured, clumsy, optimist. Hobbies: making ice sculptures, making bubblegum, playing in the snow. Dislikes: arguments, overly fancy ponies, and the heat. And this is one thing I like. Relations to main six: none. Lives in the pony equivalent of Antarctica. That's good.
I'll try to think of the pony equivalent of the Antarctica.
I will continue on. Extra: can break ice with no issue, is weak to the heat, is energized by the cold, and can stand temperatures as low as negative 70 degrees. Without clothes! With snow gear, he can stand as low as negative 100 degrees.
Antarctica?
Ooh, get off the stage.
Close. I'll keep on it.
But, yeah, there's not much here for backstory. That's the only thing. And also, what is the point of the cutie mark? So making bubblegum is the hobby. Is that the special talent then? That's what I'm assuming, but I don't know. And no real backstory, like what does do, you know?
Also, making gum in the Antarctic?
Yeah, like, wouldn't it just get really hard and brittle and be hard
yeah.
to chew?
Yeah, I mean, like, Soren, we've both lived in winter climates, right?
I'm still living in one.
That's true. So, like, you know what it's like to chew gum in the winter. I mean,
Yes.
like, it doesn't work.
Why Antarctica? Was born there, moved there to get closer to the cold? Like, just why?
Moved there to get closer to Celestia in her mighty wisdom.
In Antarctica?
Not physically closer, just spiritually closer.
Okay. So just why? And why can break ice with no issue? Earth Pony, yes, strong, but just it's okay to leave some things in a story to imagination, but don't leave too much. I mean, can break ice with no issue, is weak in the heat. Is that just because? I mean, is energized by the cold. I mean, that stuff all can be just because, yeah, but I guess you can leave that to the imagination if you really want, but if it had a cool explanation as to why, that would be interesting. I don't know. But yeah, down in the comments they say they're still drafting the backstory, so
they apparently also this account has moved, so
oh, okay.
I don't know, it's so bland, uninteresting. I find myself not being able to be drawn into it from a story standpoint.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some definite things in here that make it stand out. I like the idea of ponies living in the Antarctic, or the concept of culture still living in the Equestria equivalent of Antarctica, or even the Arctic as well. Doesn't have to be just one. It can be both. I don't care. I don't know. But then you also have this weird bubblegum thing as well. So I think our main problem with this is the fact that those two don't really match very well. If it was a pony that was like kind of bubblegum-y, or not kind of bubblegum-y, but it was more based around the fact that they lived in this area doing whatever other thing, that'd be interesting.
Are we ready to move on to the looks?
Yeah, go ahead with the aesthetics.
It's pretty good. The body color definitely reminds you of Frost, obviously. That's a good thing. That's always a nice thing when when a color is just reminiscent of something that has to do with the character, you know?
Yep.
I don't know if this stallion is supposed to be a little bit more effeminate or what, because their personality is bubbly, and they've kind of got this like cotton candy tail style thing going on. You know, it looks kind of like very just bubblegum and rainbows. You know what I'm saying?
I follow you, but I don't know. I think it's just the color choices, because we've had ponies on the show before that have tried to elicit a bubblegum or candy-esque feeling from their colors, and
yeah,
I see the femininity coming from this, but I don't know. I don't...
Candy is feminine. Men eat steak!
Yeah, right. They chew on gristle.
I fucking love candy.
Yeah, candy's the best, bro. Fun dip all the way! Anyway, my main problem with this, though, isn't necessarily the colors. It's the hard, jagged blue section in a nice curvy mane.
Yeah, it does definitely contrast with... Personally, I like the way it goes into the tail. It kind of follows the thing. That seems like a good contrast to me, personally, but, you know, I have weird tastes. But
Personally,
up in the mane,
I prefer flying.
It's just like... Sing, 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 sing. You know, it's like a huge contrast. There's a big difference in it. It does seem very, like, janky and odd.
Yeah.
And the brown is the right shade. I think, personally, the brown fits in very well with the accessories are very good. They're not too in your face.
Yeah, they're supposed to be nice leather boots.
Yeah, and the top, like this little white top, does help it transition from the brown into the blue without just going from, like, brown straight to the light blue.
Yes.
I think that's a nice touch.
I agree with that.
So, I mean, it's not horrible.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else?
I don't like the fact that it's this whole, the scarf's dragging on the ground thing.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very practical.
No. Just bundle it up the rest of the way.
Exactly. Come on.
Yeah.
In closing, it's sort of like very close to being a good part too, because there's a lot of stuff I do like about it, but a lot of stuff I don't. The cons still outweigh the pros. But I mean, it's definitely something that I want to see the evolution of this. I want to see where they go with it. I want to see what happens if they even decide to change it. If they don't, that's fine too.
Nice.
But there's a lot of stuff I like, and there's some stuff I don't. So take it all with a grain of salt.
Well then, let's move on to the last OC. We're going to take a look at the OC that I brought on, which obviously, kind of obvious that's going to be this one. So, I brought on Ari Hanamaru.
Yeah, you did.
Ari Hanamaru was born as a princess, but when her father, quote-unquote father, found out she was not actually his child, he decided to take her magic and leave her in the forest to die. She was able to survive, but through many accidents, which cost her leg and most of her wings, she grew up not knowing that she was a princess and often misled by those she had ever met. An old scientist found her and started teaching Ari how to do simple things that she would need to know. He loved her as his own and made her a new leg. After a few years, he sadly died of natural causes, and therefore causing Ari. I just realized it may not be saying that right. Anyway, causing Ari to to develop abandonment issues and to go into a relapse of her own. Relapse of her old ways, and it comes to doing bad things. Now, Soren.
Huh?
This one is written in to one of the main six. Take a guess which one.
Is it... Well, I already saw it, so I can't play the game.
Damn. So,
I would have guessed Rainbow Dash just because of the name, but...
Yeah. This one gets written into one of the main six, and it's AJ. She starts stealing apples from her farm, and she's caught. AJ and her family believe that all Ari needed was a warm, loving home, and thus invited her to stay. Ari doesn't have a cutie mark, due to not having the knowledge of them before and not knowing what her special talent is. So wait,
what?
Did she not understand what a cutie mark was when she lived with the scientist?
Well,
I don't know.
We're gonna come back to that because that seems a little janky.
She gets along with Apple Bloom since Ari was still childlike, and even joined the Cutie Mark Crusaders. The gems on her neck piece and shoes were made by the scientist to power her leg.
Her super floaty robot leg.
What? Yeah.
I'm sorry, but this is just... So,
I I believe this is one of those OCs that falls under one of those, like, basic conundrums of, okay, I want to make an alicorn. But everyone hates alicorn princesses, so I'm going to have her fall from grace. Okay, great.
Christ.
Fall from grace. She's abandoned into the forest. She gets beat the fuck up. Oh no, she's not special at all. She just is shit on all her life. Oh wait, she was mildly given information on how to live. Then that person died. Now she's sad. Now she finds her way to the Applejack farm, Owl family farm, and now she lives with Applejack and hangs out with the CMC because she doesn't have a cutie mark, but she's got this super cool robot leg. So yeah. This is one of the stereotypical stories of, I want an alicorn, but I don't want to make it super powerful alicorn, but I also wanted to make friends with one of the main six, but I don't want it to be like super obvious main six friendship. I'm going to make it something weird. I just happen to be on the farm. Yeah, that's it.
I was stealing your apples. Hello, best friend. I love you. Okay. We're going to come back to the, if you don't mind me interjecting here, we're going to come back to the, she doesn't have a cutie mark because she doesn't have the knowledge of it. And she doesn't...
I believe what they mean is, like, she doesn't, like, understand what a cutie mark is, so she never took the time to find one out.
Well, that's not generally how that works, is it? Doesn't someone just find out what their special talent is?
There's still the preconceived notion that everybody understands about the world of Equestria. Yeah, it's pretty shitty that this princess, that's not actually her father's daughter, gets thrown away. Which, by the way, how? How did he know? What happened? What caused this? Where is the mother? Why the mother? Who was the actual parents? Blah, blah, blah. This, that, and this. Literally every detail that would probably make this an actual interesting or decent story is thrown out, just like her, into the garbage and is never explained. Like, why this character was kicked out. Like, what kingdom was it? What princess was she supposed to be? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, you have the fact that she was just, it was almost completely, like, not even useful for the scientists to be there. Like, other than learning the basics of language, she literally gains nothing from the scientist person. So it's like, these are how you function in society. Do you understand? Yes, I do understand. Herc, now I'm dead. Oh, I better regress back to my old ways of just living on my own. And it's like, then what was the fucking point? My biggest problem with the SX on this one is those giant bright gold rainbow hair, along with the messed up, deformed wings, along with the weird jewelry, along with the levitating leg, along with the whatever the heck horn that is.
It starts out red and then, like, jarringly just branches out into this awkward, just rainbow thing. The brown and blue actually does work very well together, in my personal opinion. Like,
brown?
In the wings. Is that not brown? The body?
I'd say it's more like red.
Oh, I'd say it's more like a puce. I don't know.
Whatever. Either way,
it's like a red brown. I think it looks the dragon wing looks. The color looks really cool. If this was a drawing of a dragon, it might work. But I don't know. The wing itself is very like why, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that color, this reddish, brownish, chocolate, whatever with the blue.
Try not to make such saturated colors when it comes to the mane, if you have to. Also, try to think of how show manes work. This is very tendrily looking. It almost looks like dreads coming off of this pony's head. Which I can let go if it's meant to be like she's still like from the woods and
she's a wild man.
Moving on from that OC on to the actual meat and potatoes of this episode, which is the voting that everybody cares about. the good OCs that we had this week. Mine was Autumn Fall by Wizdania. And then
I think
Soren's
it's Diana.
OC, Wiz Diana.
Yeah.
I believe that. Wiz Diana. I can believe that name. And then Soren's, it was Kyle by Cadla
Wubs Wubs.
Cadla Wubs.
Wubs Wubs.
That one.
Yeah.
Jesus, deviant names are impossible. Anyway, so Soren, do you think my OC is better than your OC?
Absolutely not. You fucking piece of trash. I don't know. I feel like mine's more complex. I'm really partial to mine because of the whole, just the doing a Pony Sona well thing. Because I understand that can be hard to do.
Yeah, I totally get that. Mine, even though it is a very great, it's a great, well-made OC, I really like it, and I really appreciate what it is, and what it does, and what it's trying to say, along with a aesthetically pleasing look to it. I think I actually do like Kyle just a little bit more. Just a teensy little bit more. They're still both really great OCs.
They are.
That I'm really happy to talk about this week. I mean, I really like both of them. But yes. I just feel like Kyle is just a little bit better.
Hooray!
Not trying to be biased, but, you know, I kind of like Kyle a little bit more. Anyway, so congratulations, Soren, for winning this week.
So, are we do the bads now?
Yeah, let's move on to the bad OCs. So, this week, I brought on Ari Hanamaru, and Soren brought on Bubble Frost. So, Soren, I don't mean to, assume your opinion on this, but I believe that we're both in favor that I brought on the least favorite OC.
Because I brought on, something that was scavengeable on purpose, because that's just me.
Alright, so congratulations, me. I win Bad OC this week.
Yay!
So, we're both winners this week, so good for us. Soren, as much as it'd be weird to do it with just the two of us here, we're going to go on to questions at this point.
Okay.
So,
you asked the first one.
Medi populated a couple for us, or just two. I'll do the first one, like you said. All two of them. So, somebody Anonymous asked, I guess somebody, they asked, "Hi guys, do you think a Pony Sona has to look like you? Same hair, eyes, and skin color? Or can a Pony Sona be a design of your choosing, except with your personality?" Now, I think this is a great question because it really talks about the difference between an actual ponification of somebody and a Pony Sona being the avatar in which you project yourself into an equestrian median. I think they both can stand alone on their own as two separate things, but definitely overlap a lot.
Man,
what do you think?
Those are big words. I didn't study for this test. But seriously, there is a very thin line between the two. I think there is a very big difference. If you're trying to just make a projection of yourself into the universe, I think you kind of
you can go either way.
Yeah,
that's what I feel. Yeah, you know what I mean.
So yeah, I mean, even with a Pony Sona, obviously nobody has green skin. You can just do whatever color you want. And I think with a Pony Sona, it's a little bit more loose,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess it does answer the question, because it's does it have to look like you? I would say no, it doesn't have to look like you if you don't want it to.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think that's a good wrap up for that one.
Yeah, there you go.
Take the next one there, Soren.
Anon E-Mouse. I don't know who the heck that is, but they have an amazing
Anon Mal 5.
They said, "Hey, curious, how many of you dorks are taken? Want to see who's off the market? Who's curious?" I don't know. Hey, curious? I don't know who curious is. We should just move on.
Anyway, No, to answer that question, though, I'm single. Commander, I believe, is single.
Medi is in an engaged relationship with Cheese.
Oh, yes.
But he's single, I think. I believe.
Yeah.
Smooth isn't a thing. Surprisingly.
Smooth is current.
Surprisingly. Like, I did not
really.
expect that to happen. It's funny because
Yep.
everybody else here is single except Smooth now.
Yeah, which is super weird. And I'm just like...
Oh, yeah, by the way.
What?
I am Songle. I'm Soongle.
He is a single.
I am a Soongle.
That's okay. That just means you're available for us to do something later, right? Right, Soren?
Yeah, let's go get some frozen yogurt, baby.
Oh, hell yeah, man. We
Rub it
can
off.
get one scoop or two. Those were the questions. Those were the OCs we had. If you happen to want to submit any questions or OCs, you can submit them at DeviantArt, which is eurocsucks.deviantart.com, at eurocsucks for Twitter. Our email is eurocsuckspodcast@gmail.com, or our Tumblr, which is eurocsuckspodcast.tumblr.com. Also, this show is supported by the lovely people over at patreon.com. Go to patreon.com/eurocsucks to become a patron today and donate with a small monetary donation. In the meantime, that is this episode. Soren, it's good to do an episode with you.
I love you.
I love you too, man. We're just building. Earlier this year when we were doing the 2-person episodes and you were busy, it was like, oh yeah, we get to show off the dynamic between each of us individually. But now it's like, yeah, we get to see like how Mummified and Soren interact. It's really great. I really appreciate it.
I really appreciate you.
Oh yeah. So anyway, somebody will be back next week. 2 people next week again. In the meantime, my name is Mummified Thunderbirds. This week I've been joined by...
Soren wants pie.
And remember, your OC sucks.